Hello everyone, Carson here, and in this video, I'm gonna be solving Wordle number 1319 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for January 28th, 2025. So let's get this video started with Wordle number 1319. I'm gonna start with the word paste. Alright, I only got the E yellow, so this letter goes somewhere else in this word. Um, E could go middle, or it could be an ER ending. We never know. So let's try something like liner. Okay, it is ER ending, which is what I predicted, but still there are so many possibilities. So I might want to try a elimination strategy, which is to ignore the previous clues and use as many unused letters as I possibly can. So I want to try the O and U because they're vowels that I have not used. Also want to try the H, probably the C and M or D or other commonly used consonants. So how should I do this? Um, hmm. Oh, this is a word. Okay. But none of them are yellow or green. So none of these letters are part of this word, which makes me think that it's a repeated E. I can try something like fever. Let's do it. And surprisingly, that is actually today's Wordle answer. Alright, so that elimination strategy guess was very, very helpful for eliminating other vowels, O and U, as well as some commonly used consonants, such as M, C, and H. So, wow, I actually did not expect that, but this elimination strategy guess was so useful. It allowed me to guess today's Wordle answer in 4 tries. And fever, it's not an easy word to guess, because repeated E and a V, which is, you know, not super common. So, yeah, elimination strategy came in clutch, and that's how I got today's Wordle answer, fever, in 4 tries. I'll definitely take that. A really decent performance, I would say. So yeah, this is Wordle number 1319. I guessed today's Wordle answer, fever, in 4 tries. Let's now move on to New York Times Sudoku. Again, today is January 28th, 2025. Let's start the hard difficulty Sudoku for today. Alright, block 4 is immediately dragging my attention. There are 3 open cells left, which means that the 3 missing digits are 4, 8, and 9. This cell sees a 4. Alright, so I've just marked that down. It's useful information for sure, but let me look at other things. For example, these ones force the digit 1 into this cell in block 5, these ones point down and this cell sees another 1. So in block 8, the digit 1 is forced into this cell, these ones point up where this cell sees another 1, and these ones point right, where this cell sees another 1. Alright, these 2's point right, and I'm not sure if there's any other things to do with 2's, so let's move on to 3's. These 3's point right, and this cell sees another 3. We've only got these 4's, which I don't think I can do much with that, but I see that these 5's point down to force the digit 5 into this cell in block 8, and we also have these 5's pointing right. So you might have seen that these 2 cells form a 2-5 pair. As you can see in block 6, the digits 2 and 5 are missing. These 2's and 5's force both 2 and 5 into these 2 cells only. So in order to fit both 2 and 5 into block 6, I have to make these 2 cells reserved for 2 and 5. So this 2-5 pair eliminates all other digits from these 2 cells. And it also works for row 5. So first, this 2-5 pair makes the other 3 open cells in row 5 a 4-8-9 triple. This cell sees an 8, so it's 4 or 9 only. But again, this 2-5 pair also works for block 6. So it makes the other 5 open cells in block 6 contain 3, 4, 7, 8, and 9. 3, 4, 7, 8, and 9. I guess that I can mark down this cell because it sees 3, 8, and 9, so it can only be 4 or 7. What about this cell? This cell, okay, this cell sees 1, 2, 3, does not see 4, sees 5, 6, does not see 7, sees 8, does not see 9. So this cell can only contain 4, 7, or 9. Alright, these 6s force the digit 6 into one of these 2 cells in block 5. Oh, we have these 6s pointing down to force the digit 6 into this cell in block 9. We also have these 6s pointing down. Now that I've placed this 6, this 2 points down to force the digit 2 into column 8 in block 9. So 2 being here, 2 being in column 8 in block 9 eliminates 2 from this cell. Because if we already have 2 in column 8, we can't have another 2 in the same column. So 2 is eliminated from this cell. So 2 gets placed into this cell in block 5, which also makes this a 5. Alright, now in column 7, the missing digits are 4, 7, and 5. So 4, 5, 7 like this. This 5 points down and this 5 points right. So in block 9, the digit 5 is forced into one of these 2 cells in column 9. We also have 4 and 8 as the missing digits of block 9, so they can be placed like this. Okay, these 7s point down, and this cell sees another 7. These 9s point left. Oh, it's this cell, right? Yeah, because... Okay, I was just looking at row 2, and I was thinking about the missing digits, and this cell appeared to be a naked single, so for easier explanation, I'm going to do it this way. First mark down all digits 1 through 9, and eliminate the digits that this cell cannot contain one by one. So this cell sees 1, 2, 3, sees 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So the only digit that can go into this cell is 4. And keep in mind that in Sudoku, we cannot leave cells empty. Because leaving empty cells would break the Sudoku puzzle. Sorry. Yeah, we cannot leave cells empty, because that'll break Sudoku. So to avoid empty cells, I must put one digit into every single cell. And if this cell cannot contain 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and that 4 is the only possible digit which can go into this cell, I must make this a 4. Because it can't be anything else, and if I exclude 4 from this cell, it would end up being empty, and hence the Sudoku puzzle would be broken. So, to avoid empty cells, I must put a 4 into this cell, because, again, all other digits cannot go into this cell, and 4 is the only possible digit in this cell, so I must make this a 4. Alright, does that do anything? I guess I can mark down 6, 7, and 8 in the open cells in this column. This cell C6, And let's think about the row. In row 2, the missing digits are 1, 2, 3, and 9. This cell sees 1 and 2, so it's 3 or 9. 1, 2, 3, 9. I guess this is 2, 3, or 9, because it sees 1, and this cell sees 2, so it's 1, 3, or 9. Hmm. Okay, let's keep marking down some open cells. Now in row 8, the missing digits are 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. This cell sees 2, 4, and 6, so this cell can only contain either 8 or 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. These two cells see 8 and 9, so they can only contain 2, 4, or 6. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I can't believe I missed this the whole time. Okay, so here, this cell sees 1, does not see 2, sees 3, 4, does not see 5, sees 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 2 and 5 are the only possible digits which can go into this cell. Again, because it sees 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9, this cell can only contain either 2 or 5. And now look at row 7. In row 7, there are 3 open cells which only contain 3 certain digits. In this case, these 3 cells only contain 2, 4, and 5. So again, keep in mind that we cannot leave cells empty. To avoid empty cells, I must keep 2, 4, and 5 in these 3 cells. If I don't keep if I don't keep these 3 digits in these 3 cells, and I put them elsewhere, then at least one of them would end up being empty, and Sudoku puzzle would be broken. So in order to avoid empty cells, I must keep 2, 4, and 5 in these 3 cells. So this 2, 4, 5 triple eliminates 2s, 4s, and 5s from all other open cells in this row. In other words, this 2, 4, 5 triple makes the other 3 open cells in this row a 3, 6, 7 triple. This cell sees 6, so it's 3 or 7. This cell sees 7, so it's 3 or 6. This is 3, 6, or 7. And notice how in this triple, 4 is forced into one of these 2 cells. So no matter what, 4 is guaranteed into one of these 2 cells. Because 4 has to go somewhere in this triple, but cannot go into this cell. So 4 ends up in one of these 2 cells for the triple, and because 4 is guaranteed into one of these 2 cells, 4 cannot be in any other open cells in block 9. So 4 is eliminated from the cell. I can make the cell an 8. Alright. So finally, a digit gets placed. Okay, so this 8 comes back, eliminating 8 from the cell. It must be a 9. because earlier I found out that, wait, did I? Okay, let's double check. This cell sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So indeed, it can only be a 9. And this cell is left with 2, 4, 6 for the row. 8 is forced into one of these two cells in block 6. And these 8s point left. 9 is eliminated from this cell, as well as this cell. Okay, so earlier I found out that in row 2, the missing digits were 1, 2, 3, and 9. This cell now sees 1, 2, and 9. So indeed, it can only be a 3, which eliminates 3 from this cell. Now for the triple, this cell sees 3 and 6, so it can only be 7. Um, Now the missing digits of column 1 are 4, 5, and 8. 4, 5, 8. This cell sees 4, so it's 5 or 8. Okay, the digit 7 in block 8 is forced into one of these two cells. Okay, what digits can go into this cell? Block 7 is missing 2, 3, 5, 6, and 8. This cell sees 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. This cell sees 3 and 6, so it can only contain 2, 5, or 8. Oh, wait, 3. Oh, okay, these 3s force the digit 3 into this cell in block 7, which makes this a 6, because of the 3, 6, 7 triple, it gets resolved. Now 6 is eliminated from these two cells. I can force the digit 6 into this cell in block 7. 2, 4 pair makes these two cells a 3, 7 pair. This cell now cannot contain a 3, nor this cell. For row 2, the missing digits are 1, 2, and 9. Okay, in column 2, 1 is forced into one of these two cells, and 2 is forced into one of these two cells. We have a 2, 4, 9 triple in column 6, so it's basically the same logic as the 2, 4, 5 triple in row 7. Basically, we have 3 open cells in column 6, which only contain 3 certain digits. In this case, these 3 cells only contain 2, 4, and 9. So in order to avoid empty cells, I must keep 2, 4, and 9 in these 3 cells. Because if I do not, then at least one of these cells would end up being empty, and that'll break the Sudoku puzzle. So in order to avoid empty cells, I have to keep 2, 4, and 9 in these 3 cells. So this 2, 4, 9 triple eliminates 2 4s and 9s from all other open cells in this column. So in other words, this 2, 4, 9 triple eliminates 4 and 9 from this cell, making the cell a 7. 7 in this cell, in these cells are eliminated. So I can first make this a 4, leaving a 5, 7 pair up here, but it also resolves the 3, 7 pair down here. Um, these 3s point up. Okay, so this cell, we know what digit goes into this cell. It must be a 6 because of the 249 triple. This cell can this cell contains the only other missing digits apart from 249, which is 6. And then yeah, the digit 6 in block 5 is forced into this cell, leaving a 489 triple in block 5. Alright, in block 6, the missing digits are 3, 8. What have we got? We also have 7, which is forced into this cell, and 9. Oh, 8, 9 pair. In other words, the digit 4 in the digit 4 in row 4 is forced into this cell. 4 is taken out of this cell, making this cell a 9, this a 2, and this a 4 to complete column 6, which makes this 2, this an 8. This cell is a 4 to complete the row, which makes this cell 8 and 9 like this, and this an 8 to complete row 4, leaving a 3, 9 pair in row 6. This 5 now becomes, oh, sorry, this cell now becomes a 5, which makes this 4 up here, makes this a 2 and 8. This 2 makes this 4, 5, 1, 2. Up here, the cell now sees 1, so I can complete row 2 by placing 9 and 1 this way. For column 2, because of this 2, 2 and 8 are placed like this, and 5 and 9 are the missing digits of column 3. In column 4, 3 and 9 are the missing digits. Okay, this cell now sees 9, so I can place 3 and 9 like this. This is a 4 to complete column 9, leaving a 1, 3 pair in column 8, but this cell sees 1. So I can place 3, 1, 3, 9, 9, 5, and the Sudoku puzzle is complete. Alright, I finished today's New York Times Hot Sudoku in about 27 minutes, so I would say this Sudoku puzzle is just the right difficulty. It's just the right difficulty. Even though it took a very long time, I felt like I was blanking. I knew that I actually was not concentrated and I could not get into focus mode. So I took quite a long time trying to find some weird but interesting things. Did not work. So yeah, it did indeed take me a long time to spot what was key. And I do admit that if I was in focus enough, that um I think I would be able to solve it faster, but I just wasn't concentrated. That's the problem. But anyway, I'll go over the key spots as a quick summary. So yeah, the 245 triple in row 7 um was the key spot I was talking about. So yeah, I just missed this for quite a long time. Apart from this 245 triple in row 7, there was also the naked single 4 in block 2 before that. The 4 at the intersection of row 2 and column 5. This 4 here in block 2 was a naked single. Um, and the 249 triple in column 6 towards the end was quite useful as well, quite key. Um, yeah. Don't really remember other tricky or significant key spots. Um, yeah, it was mainly the 245 triple that took me the longest to find. Yeah, because this 245 triple allowed me to eliminate 4 from this cell, and it made it an 8. So it came back to the left, making this 9, and um, placed a lot of digits on the left-hand side. So yeah. So yeah, again, the 245 triple in row 7, 249 triple in column 6, and the naked single 4 in block 2. So I feel like these were the key spots. If you have any other questions or difficulties, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll be glad to reply you, and hopefully this video helped. Again, this Sudoku puzzle is, I feel like, just the right difficulty. Um, yeah. Anyway, I'll end it here. Today is January 28th, 2025. In this video, I've solved Wordle number 1319 and New York Times hard Sudoku for today. See you all next time. Bye!